What's up, everybody? Just started a new painting today, actually. So the first layer was acrylic, now I'm using oils. And I've done this series, I've done probably 15 of these, where the idea was mashing up. What happens if we mashed up Dali and Picasso in a painting? That was the original concept. And then I started adding like a third character, like in this case it's South Park Chef. One of you lovely little beings suggested Chef earlier in the week. And Chef came to life, but in some sort of blended reality of abstract, kind of like, really I imagine like something getting chewed up and spit out into like a sculpture, or like the totem poles and stuff. So that's the premise of the, and this might seem like a divergent from what you've seen me do before, but actually I've been doing this a long time, this style. I just felt like it today. Just like small brush strokes. You just play with abstract shapes and concepts and ideas, and then like you see like certain things start coming alive. when you just paint randomly and then you just go with it, like this little bunny thing here. So I enjoy this kind of experience, and when you just let yourself go and play with what's there, and you just keep refining it. Everything is in like kind of refine mode, so there's not a lot of expression. It's just more refining. And sometimes my brain needs that just to calm things down, slow down. But I really like the final product, so I thought I would show you guys me doing it live, because it's, I wouldn't call it tedious, because actually I really enjoy it, but it's a different pace. It's a totally different pace than what I posted yesterday, for example, the Mr. Garrison. But believe it or not, like, creating Mr. Garrison created this piece. Yeah, sometimes I just have the patience for a slow burn, methodical kind of, I just need it, actually. There's no reference photo for these kinds of things. That's mainly what it is. I just start. I want to escape a reference photo. So this is all like subconscious work, which I think is really important. Because you're just making stuff from nothing, which I do in a lot of work, but then there's always references involved with, like, I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 years ago, but Kevin James stared at his face for a long time. I don't want to stare at anyone's face this time. Morning, John. Good evening. Good afternoon. Yeah, I'll be here. Take your time. I appreciate you. This is probably a different style than you might have seen before, but I just needed to do it today. It also helps. This is a good time for me to conjure up new ideas too. I think that's one thing I noted. Like, I need the ability to jump around with ideas and styles. When I get locked in a style for too long, I get, I feel like my creativity slows down, and so then I don't get as inspired. So I really work off inspiration the majority of the time. Like I'm really inspired to paint a certain piece, and then all of a sudden, I'll paint them for like a week or two, and then things will just shift on a dime. And I just allow myself to go with that. Before, it used to be quite problematic because I felt like I'm like I am jumping around. It can also feel a little bit like aimless. But for me, I really need to be able to do that. So I think for other people, it's, you want like consistency. But for me, because I've been doing this so long, I just need to be able to feel inspired so that I can actually paint. That's priority over, for me, that's a priority over other objectives. And then I'll jump back, and because I just know myself by now. I'll jump around, then I come back to, I have another canvas in the works too. So I'm typically not focused on, I'm only really working on one at a time, but I have other ideas like transpiring or incubating. So there's canvases being prepped, there's canvases being slowly worked on, and then this one's being, I'm actually focused on, and I'll see it through till I finish it. That's another thing that I do. A bunch of ideas will also help me. I got a bunch of ideas on the go will also help me motivate me and keep me going. Keeping yourself going is so critical. I'm always, I'm actually pretty amazed at some artists that just do very similar styles their whole career. In a lot of ways, it's admirable, and I admire it. I just can't do that for the life of me. Even when I have like a certain painting or style that does really well, it's not enough to keep me going. And I've been, again, I think the only thing I can tell you is I've been doing this so long that I really had to learn to let myself just go all over the place. But if you zoom out a lot, you'll see I do, even this style right now, I've done it a lot. So it's not completely random all the time. I do have work that I go, it's like a merry-go-round. And then I'll try new things too. I love experimenting. And the experiments usually lead to something really awesome. So you gotta give yourself a place to do that. One objective for this kind of style is to get my little shapes and features as tight as I can. I want really clean, like, shapes. That's important for this for me for some reason. Couldn't tell you why. Julian, I appreciate it. No, it's all good. I like it. It's, I'm happy with what I got. I've been doing this a long time, and I like the amount of pressure that I have, which is very minimal. There's been times in the past that I've had some big blow ups and some big recognition, if you will, and it comes and goes. You kind of like learn just to enjoy it when it's here, and when it's slow or chill, I'd rather say chill. That's cool too. I actually like, there's pros and cons to both. I've been too busy before, and it's sounds like I'm complaining about being too busy, but it's a totally different. Uh, all my routines and everything get thrown off, and I like being busy, but when it's not busy, I also like there's a lot to enjoy about slow pace, and so that's what I like. It comes and goes, is my point. But I appreciate the thought. But I think it's just because I'm older, Julian. I get to paint every day. That's pretty. I'm really happy with that as a like a place for an artist to be, to paint every day is pretty. I couldn't ask for a lot much more than that. I don't even. And sometimes, yeah, sure, I got to remind myself of that too. I forget. I want more, and I have goals and dreams and stuff. But I also got to remember painting every day is like the ultimate. It really is. And I mean that. one of the objectives is to finish. So we're gonna move left to right for starters, because I'm right-handed. And two is this will work out well if I can finish an area and move on versus like, I'm always down for touching up things. But I really wanna have, if I can complete this, then I'll be in good shape. Versus like, so again, it's a bit of a normally I work my way around here and here and here, but one of my personal objectives today is to stick on one area, see how much I can get done. Ideally, like almost complete this little area. Sometimes you need a break, you can do that, but my objective is to hang on to an area until I can almost like call it. Again, within like tomorrow I'll have like some touch up, like where you can add little highlights and stuff. That's my objective when I set out to do this today, and see if I can go left to right and really target an area and finish it before moving on. Try not to be as squirrely, to see if it helps my process at all or does anything to me. And because there's some paintings where I need to go all over the place all the time to keep it moving, to reveal things. Gay on the DL. What do you want me to say? Gay on the DL. On the down low. No, I got it. I'm with you, Muppet. The fat Muppet. I see you loud. I see you. I hear you. Is it morning or nighttime there, Muppet? Normally people come on here and call me the gay king. That was the last time I streamed. No, that was last week. 2 p.m. Oh. So you're in like Europe? Because it's nighttime here. And I come from North America originally. And in North America, it's the morning. And I was gonna find that interesting, based on your comment, what time of day it was. Like wake up in the morning, just get on those streams. But 2 p.m. is hey, criticism. We're all a little gay, I suppose. I paint for a living, so call that the arts. No, not the only art I do. I do a lot of crazy stuff all the time. This is the piece of the day. But it's funny because there's a lot of time that I'm streaming, like I said, people just come on here and call me gay. Kind of get used to it. Learn to embrace it. Little painter. Little painter. I think if I was younger, though, it would bother me. It would cause a. It would be discouraging. Now I'm just grateful that you're talking to me, Muppet. Just grateful for the interaction. Feel depressed when you draw or paint? What about music? What about if you play music? What about if you... I don't feel depressed when I go for walks. By the time I'm done my walk, I feel good. It's the same thing like exercising. But I'm more of a walking kind of guy. I don't feel depressed when I'm painting because I'm creating something from my brain. So I have like, the reason why it doesn't depress me is because I start with like nothing. There's nothing on this canvas. And by the time I'm done, I've created something. But that might not be the same effect for everyone. So what you can do is like, music's like key. And don't judge me by this like elevator music that's playing in the background. It's all I can do. But if actual painting doesn't do it for you, music is almost like a given that you'll feel like some, I wouldn't say depressed. Yeah. Understandable, but what about music? or writing. I have one guy that's I used to like to draw, but something happened to my subconscious. I think it comes in waves. Like when I was younger, I was definitely not interested in art. It's only when I got older that I felt like I had things I wanted to express. Music is the same, but in a different way. I like to play music too. See, I don't have the ability to play music at all, and I can't sing. So that would be like more challenging. Like if I actually had to make something like musically, I could see how that would be discouraging because I'm just not good at it, and I don't have the energy to learn it. But I think just creating shit really can help with depression. So if art doesn't do it for you, painting, that doesn't mean that creating something else in a different form, I find it very valuable. But it doesn't have to be painting. But creating something, figure out what you want to create. Maybe like, you know, like I can go down the list for you, but there's got to be something there that gives you a rewarding feeling, which can combat depression, or yeah, you have to like it. Got a lot of natural talent. I think, okay, so when I was younger, I did a bunch of different things. I tried a bunch of different avenues. Sports, and school, and computers, and different jobs. And it's kind of like, depending on how old you are, there's a time where you got to give yourself that space to figure out what you want to do. I always say, like, oh, I want to be an astronaut. And then you go to your physics class and your chemistry class, and you're like, nah, I don't really want to be an astronaut. But you have to learn, like, you have to figure out, it turns out I don't want to do that. But I think starting like, okay, I want to try this, I want to try that. Going through those motions, you'll start to be able to cross things off your list that you're like, actually, I don't want to do that. So maybe it's not even in the arts, maybe like numbers and stuff. Maybe you're good at numbers. Jesse, what's up? But what do you think of that, Muppet? Are you at a time in your life where you got to start crossing things off? Because there must be something in there for you, like, that brings you like peace or excitement, that is also like useful. And I think it comes in waves too, like things that, you know, you're interested in when you're young, you spend some time, you drift away, and then you come back too. Maybe there's a day where you don't find painting boring or a waste of time. There's something you want to say through that kind of medium. Or sometimes it's like, sometimes you are good at like coaching others to do that. That's also a really great skill. Maybe you coach others how to find their passion, and that can be rewarding. Like a good teacher or mentor. And then sometimes you combine a bunch of things, right? Maybe it's not just one thing for you. Maybe you got a bunch of things in the bunch of irons in the fire. Starting businesses is fun. Following through, like making a game plan. Hello. Wow, that's amazing. Did you film it? No. All right. My wife's the one who actually got me into filming myself doing this. Later, John. Nice to see you. Thanks for saying hi, too. I'll be here. I gotta go eat, too. Dinner came. Get your brush right. When I come back, I'll be working on a different part of this, so it'll switch up for you. Tyrone, what's up? Good morning. Oh yeah, nice. That's great. Look at you. You're hustling. That's awesome, man. So you'll get your, they call it a welding ticket. I hear that welders make good money, man. Like really good. I have a friend that has his own welding company. He's like silly rich. Good to hear. Go get him. I'm getting off here now. My food's waiting for me. But good to see you, bro. Yeah, connect soon. I'll be on here again later. Have a great day at school. I'm outie. Bye, guys. See you.